Hey, everybody, this is Carla. Welcome to the May 4th edition of Projectized. So, as you can see on the screen, we are talking about May 4th or Star Wars Day. And I wanted to do a specific episode just for this. So, if you're watching this on YouTube for YouTube Live, the link is in the description. You can click it right now. Also, when this live goes off, that'll still be available. So as you can see, I got this from Maven Link blog. It was 3 years ago today, uh, May 4th, 2017. 5 project management lessons you can learn from the Return of the Jedi. So if you know anything about the Death Star, you know that's Darth Vader and Jer Jarrod, who is the commander, and he's responsible for creating the Death Star. So obviously they're on the side of evil, but we're still going to apply this to project management. And as always, I'm going to weave in some project management body of knowledge so that you can learn more from it. So the first thing to learn about from the Return of the Jedi about creating a Death Star is uh, set realistic expectations. That's very important. Remember, with project management, it's unique and it's unique and it's temporary, producing a specific service, result, or product. And what happens is you have such lofty expectations for what your project should be that it becomes unrealistic, and it's hard for you and the project team to guarantee success uh, when the expectations are very unrealistic. The second one is to establish project scope. So you know this triple constraint of scope, schedule, which is also time and cost. And with scope, it's what's in as well as what's outside the project. So two things regarding project management that messes up scope. Scope creep, which is unauthorized changes to the project scope. That's why in project management, we use change control board or to perform change control, integrated change control, because you as the project manager, you want to do it the right way. And you also want to avoid scope creep. And this is a tool to avoid the scope creep. Uh, and second, what I talked about is gold plating. So oftentimes when you're ahead of schedule or you're under budget, or your project is going well, you want to take remaining resources that you aren't using and doing something called gold plating. That's not what the stakeholders want. The requirements that you are meeting currently is what your stakeholders want. Remember, you have to manage stakeholder expectations, and staying within scope is a way of managing stakeholders' expectation. Number 3, estimate resource need. So for resource, not just machinery, but also people. And as it pertains to the Return of the Jedi, Jar Jarrod didn't really correctly estimate the resource need. And personally, he should have known better, knowing that he had a boss like Darth Vader. Hopefully, you don't have a boss like Darth Vader. But estimating the appropriate resource need, a way of doing that is if they had any similar projects to the Death Star, you can use Project Archives or Lesson Learned Repository. And also, you could rely on other industry trade publications, certain things like that, to get a more realistic estimate for your people and your machinery resource needs. Number 4, be prepared for change. Yes, we plan, but that does not mean everything goes according to plan. Most projects, well, 99% of them probably don't even go according to plan. And you have to uh, be prepared for that. So any scope changes, cost changes, uh, risk changes, you have you. And being prepared for change is very, very important. As I mentioned earlier in number 2 about perform integrated change control and how you have a change control board and a change request system, being able to do that. So in project management, you have 3 types of change requests. You have a preventative action, corrective action, and defect repair. Preventative action change request is when you find the error before you do the work. Corrective action is when you find the error after you do the work. But both preventative and corrective action change requests are internal, because defect repair, the definition of defect repair is a non-conforming product. A non-conforming product means it was outside, it was released to the customer, and the customer found it, and that's how you're doing a defect change request. So I wanted to provide that knowledge too for number 4. And then number 5, properly schedule your resources. Remember, the triple constraint is scope, schedule, and cost. And as you can see, Gergerod, to finish the Death Star, he would either need more men or more men working quickly. So, per the PMBOK, which is Project Management Body of Knowledge, there are 2 schedule compression techniques. The first one is crashing. The second one is fast tracking. So, first, crashing is where you have to put a lot of the tasks that you're currently doing on your critical path. And your critical path is where the slack is 0. So, if anything or any task or any activity delays your critical path, your entire project is behind schedule. Uh, Ways of crashing is adding more people, as it said, expedited delivery, and overtime. Those are 3 ways. So if you do priority mail, express mail, next day air, that's expedited. Uh, Adding more people, overtime. Those are 3 ways of crashing techniques, which is a schedule compression technique of making sure you make up the time. The second one is fast tracking. And fast tracking is if you have a schedule where certain tasks can overlap and you can do them in parallel instead of sequential order. That is a way of uh, shortening your schedule. So as I mentioned, the 2 schedule compression techniques are crashing and schedule compression. As it pertains to the real world, the author says it would be overtime, pulling resources from other projects and spreading resources thin, which would be crashing. Um, but these are the 5 ways of applying, project management to the Return of the Jedi and the Death Star in honor of May the 4th be with you day. So this is Carla R. Jenkins, and this is this episode of Projectized, the Project Management Show. Remember, the article is in the description. And remember, you can catch Projectized Mondays through Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube Live, Instagram Live, and Periscope. Uh, Finally, I also want to let you know that I am open, my calendar is open for teaching opportunities in both Project Management Professional, CAPM, and IDLE for this May. So you can get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com/contact. So thanks all live and replay viewers for watching. I'll see everybody in the next episode of Projectized. Have a wonderful day.